Hi and welcome back everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to give you 5 simple dietary rules for fat loss and to just get a more healthier you. My name is Korelin. I'm an exercise sports scientist and I absolutely love helping people. So let's just get straight into it. Number 1, water. Drinking water, keeping hydrated before every meal, around 15 minutes, and I'll explain to you why. Our body releases a hormone called Korelin, and our body runs on concentrations of hormones. So if there's more concentration in our body of this hormone, which is released by our gastrointestinal tract, our stomach, and our intestines, it's going to create hunger, sending signals to the brain to eat, search for food, think of food. So we want to suppress that by diluting that hormone. So when we add more fluid to a concentration, it dilutes. Our body becomes more satisfied, our brain doesn't think of it as much, and we can start functioning and not have that hangry attitude which we generally get. And this hormone is linked to other processes like growth hormone, insulin resistance, muscle skeletal growth, heart health. So I'm going to link some papers into the description below if you'd like to read up more about it. Number 2, eating frequency. So looking as a general minimum, as a guideline, every 3 hours. Why? We've got to allow the body to digest what we just ate and then absorb it. It gets shuttled through our body and absorbed, it gets utilized. So this process takes a lot of blood volume. Blood gets shunted from our muscles and our extremities into our stomach to help with the digestion and the shuttling of everything we just ate. So it takes time. Super important. Every 3 to 4 hours. This is just a general rule, which will take me into step 3 or tip number 3. Stop snacking. So important. This will slow down your digestion absorption like we're just talking about. And depending on what you are snacking on, if it's a fat or a carbohydrate, this will either really inhibit your digestion and even block things up. So let me give you, for example, a heavy saturated fat like McDonald's, and it's been added with other sugars and things on top of it. There's a lot to move on. That can take 6 to 12 hours to digest. It goes from your stomach into this part of your intestine called your duodenum, and this is where the gallbladder is sitting next to. It has to work hard, injecting bile into your intestine to help break it down. So your body's got all these different macronutrients that it has to work with, and all this snacking is just going to slow down the whole process. You imagine just all these trucks trying to come in and shuttle all this food around, and then you've got these bigger trucks coming in, and it's all going to get clogged, it's all going to get funneled through. So stop snacking, drink more water, and eat vegetables. Vegetables digest very quickly. So if you're hungry, it does take time this is all habituary, this is all going to take time. Eat vegetables, much easier to digest, lower caloric density. And let's get on to number 4, which is about timing your energy intake. So we just talked about fats and carbohydrates. So fats are preferred for lower intensity movement and exercise. Everything we're eating is to support our physiology, heart rate, our movement. So everything that's got to do with our body. Fats is aerobic. requires oxygen to burn, which is roughly, depending on your conditioning, your exercise state, your general health, your age, sex, ethnicity. There's a lot of things that come into this, but generally below that 100 beats a minute with the heart is a lower intensity exercise. When we can move around and talk and we're not losing our breath, not huffing and puffing, that's lower intensity aerobic. Our body will prefer to use fats. If we're anaerobic, without oxygen, our heart rate's up there, we're running, we're exercising, huffing and puffing. Fats are too slow. It goes through a beta oxidation process. It takes a lot of time, where it rather turn to another energy source, carbohydrates or glucose, which goes through a Krebs cycle. It's a lot faster, we can get a lot more energy out of it. So if you're eating the foods to support your daily activity, your body will less want to store fats, like the excess energy is fats, and utilize it on the day. So it's really important to start being mindful of what am I going to do for the day and what do I need to eat to support that. And it comes to the very last step, number 5, which is about portion control and weighing your food. I'm going to do another a video on this, but I'm going to give you an analogy of a fire. So if you've got a big chunk of wood and you're chucking it on the fire, like a big meal, that fire is going to take a long time to burn it down, break it down, and use it as energy and shuttling it off. Just like with your metabolism and all the other steps we've been talking about. If you have smaller meals or smaller twigs and sticks and you're throwing it on the fire, it's going to burn quite quickly. It can digest it, it can absorb it, it can shuttle it and use it. And there's going to be a time where there's going to be nothing in your stomach, you're going to feel light. And when you're still moving, your body will have to use the fats that are stored in your body. Everyone has fat that's stored, it's just normal. But depending on the body fat percentage, your body composition, some people have a lot of energy to store, and that's why we want to be really mindful of your portion control. So I just want to give you 5 kind of rules and concepts just to get your head around being more mindful of what you're eating. I hope this really helps. Please comment, let me know. Have you tried any of these? What have you found most beneficial on your fat loss journey, your weight loss journey, just to get a more healthier you? Thank you so much for your time and support, and I'll look forward to speaking to you or seeing you very soon. Take care and good luck.